Good evening. It is Wednesday night and time for another Facebook Live. This week, I have been playing with the Festive and Bright bundle. So that's what we're going to use tonight. I'm going to give you a minute to join me while I forget there's a bad glare over there and there. While I share this with my group on Facebook, in case there's somebody looking there. And that will give you, hey buddy, give you a few minutes to find me. All right. We will see. Michelle may not join us. She may be watching the Cardinals play. That's what my family is doing upstairs. I know she's a big Cardinals fan. She may have to watch later. All right, almost there. Hope everyone is having a good week. We've made it halfway through. All right, should be posted. Hey, Susie. Okay, we are ready to go. All right. As always, everybody that comments on this video will be in the drawing to win this card next week. Last week, I made this Christmas card with my favorite celebration stamp that you can no longer get. And so at the end, I will announce who won that card because I did have a chance to draw for that. And after the Facebook Live, then, hey, Carol, I will put on my blog the dimensions for the card. So that will be out there after Facebook Live. I think that's all I needed to tell you. Okay, let's get started stamping. So this stamp has 3 of these long stamps. So obviously this is a Halloween one with witches' hats and brooms and spiders. This is a Christmas one with pine branches and Christmas lights. I haven't played with that one yet, but I'm excited to. This one, I think you could use it either as spring or fall. I tried to make it more fall. I don't know if you really think that's fall, but the blessed to me seemed kind of like a... that's what, I'm sorry, my phone just told me it was trying to reconnect, so hopefully it didn't glitch out on you guys. Hey, Allison. Then the dies that go with this are fun. So it looks a little confusing, but it's really not bad at all. I don't know, yeah. So these dies go together to cut out both sides of this. And it's nice that they're separate so that if you wanted to have just a strip of white and only cut out one side, you could do that. Then there's also these fun, and I didn't use any on this, but there's these other fun little things like a pumpkin and some Christmas lights and leaves and a ghost. So if you saw my card from Monday that I posted on Monday, that was the Halloween one. This one was really a lot of fun. I used the 2 little ghosts. I think this was, I don't remember if I found it online or if it was from the catalog. It might be from the catalog. They had done this where they'd spread out that spooky stamp. So you just ink up part of it, stamp it, ink up the other part, stamp it, and then they use the ghosts as the O's, which I thought was really fun. And then there's a label, which I didn't use. I should have used it on this one, I guess. And a pine branch. So a lot of fun dies. I still wanted to play some more with this. Maybe I'll take this with me this weekend and I can play. So this weekend, if you weren't with me last night, I'm going on a retreat, a stamping retreat. And I always end up taking like half my craft room because I can't decide what I want to take. But anyway, it'll be a lot of fun. We are able to stamp. I go help set up, but around 4 o'clock it starts on Friday afternoon, and then we're out of there by noon on Sunday. So I'll have all Friday evening, all day Saturday, and then a little bit of time Sunday morning to just create, just craft. So it'll be a lot of fun. All right, let's get started with our card. So when I made this card, I tried to use, this is one of my latest favorite embossing folders. This is the time-worn type. Hopefully you can kind of see. And so it's got like typewriter words on there, but then it's kind of worn. One of my favorites. So I thought, well, I'll just do it on the card base itself, and then I won't need another piece of paper. Well, you have to be very careful how you do it, because really this is the side you want to see, not this side. So the words are backwards if you looked carefully. I doubt that anybody would notice if I didn't tell them. But tonight, because I want to be sure that the card I give to whoever wins this is better, I did it on just a separate piece of paper. So this is Petal Pink, and that's what my card base is. And that way it will be correct. So let's get started with our stamping. Let me grab my foam. This is a photopolymer. So I like to use this foam. It just helps get a better image. And because I'm going to color this with blends, I'm going to use my Memento Black. That's the ink that you want to use if you're coloring with blends. And since it's a long stamp, I'm going to turn it over and ink it up this way. That's just easier. I don't know why, it just is. All right, so we're going to stamp that on this piece right here. And this is not all going to fit on your card. Once we cut it out and we put it on the card, then it's not all going to fit on there. So we have that is all I'm stamping with a Memento. And then I have a scrap just while we're stamping, and that gives that a minute to dry. I have a scrap of white, basic white, and I'm going to stamp with the Calypso Coral. And I'm going to stamp just the word blessed. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space here because this is going to kind of tuck underneath this bow. So I'm going to leave a little space there. Trying to make it straight. There we go. And then set that aside so I don't make a mess. Then we'll take our scissors. We're done with that. And I just cut it at an angle, just like that. All right. Now we're ready to color. Actually, I'm going to cut it first. I can't remember who taught me this, but I'm grabbing my Big Shot, my mini, sorry, not my Big Shot, my mini cut and emboss machine. Okay. I always forget, I think I just need these. So this is a skinny, sorry, I forgot to get my dies out. Skinny die so I can use this smaller cut and emboss machine. What I started to say is I forgot who told me, but if you're doing something like this where you're going to color it, it's best, and these, sorry, let me finish my sentence. It's best to cut it out before you start coloring, because if I were to color all of this and then my die slipped as I was cutting it, then I would have to start all over again. But if I cut it first, all I've done is stamp it, and I can stamp another one easy. So these dies have numbers. So there's a 3A and a 3B. So once you figure out one side of it, which to me that looks like a little apple, pumpkin, peach, whatever these are. So let's see if that's right. So then you just have to kind of lay it on here. Yep, it is. So you lay it on there. Hopefully you can kind of see until that lines up. And because it has a number, this is 3B, then I know the other side is going to be 3A. Now I could write on there which is which, but it's really not hard to figure it out. So, you know what? I'm going to get some washi tape and hold this, because you certainly don't want this to move on you while you're cutting it. So we'll just use a couple little pieces of washi tape. So let's get this end lined up like we want. Trying to make sure I get it just right. Put that there. And I'm trying not to get too much of the washi on my stamped image. Washi usually is really good about coming off without causing any damage, but just to be safe, I'm keeping it off of the stamped image as much as I can. Okay, and then this, we'll just do like that. Whoops, maybe. There, and now that will hold that in place. Now, I don't think you can do them both sides at the same time because they almost meet in the middle, so I'm afraid they would bump into each other. So I'm just going to do one side. Whoop. Come on, go through. There we go. I don't have that piece of rubber underneath this one. I moved it. Okay. So that's got one side, but it doesn't cut all the way through at the top. Well, of course it won't yet because we've only done one side. So let's take this off. Take our washi, yep. Oh, that's just the washi tape tearing. It didn't tear the paper. Take our washi tape off. We'll see if we can reuse those. If not, I've got more washi tape. All right, I'm gonna turn that over just so it doesn't get too, let me put this back. So now I'm looking for 3A. Here it is. I don't know if I can get it where you can see that or not, but right there is a number. And so it is going to go, you just, yep, like that. So let's do the same thing. Let's line it up. Put some washi tape on it. Line up this end. Put some more washi tape. All right, and then run this through. All right. Now we have right. Let me put this out of the way. Okay. Now we have this nicely cut out. Bring this back now. Nicely cut out apples, pumpkin. No, pumpkins don't grow like that. Peaches. I don't know what they are, but they're pretty. Now we're ready to color. Now I did not do any blending on this. I just colored. And this is Calypso Coral. And so I just colored like, and I'm using the, you see what I'm doing? The fine tip. I guess I was smart. I would have done one of these ahead of time, so you wouldn't have to watch me do this, but that's okay. So I'm just using the fine tip, and I'm just coloring like, not quite every other, but you know, around half of them are going to be the Calypso Coral. This is dark Calypso Coral. And then the other color I'm going to use is the dark Pale Papaya. Oh well. Do this one. Like I said, I'm not doing any blending on them. You could do some pretty blending with these, but for this card I didn't want to. Just wanted to color them all solid. All right, so there's our dark Calypso Coral. And then I used, I think I used this. Let's see. Yeah, this is the dark Pale Papaya. So my cardstock is actually petal pink. I think this is what I used. I don't know. This may be a little oranger, but I like it better. And it'll all blend with that petal pink. Will be just fine. They look kind of like apples at the top, but I don't know. There's some kind of pretty fruit. That's all I know. All right, one more down here. Okay. So there's our fruit. And then for the leaves, I just went through and colored half. So this is Old Olive. I'm just coloring half of the leaf in the light Old Olive. Just randomly picking a half. And I'm trying not to put the two halves right next to each other, but if they end up next to each other, like this one, there's no way not to, then it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Again, you could blend, but I didn't on this. I just colored them. And then once I get all of the light done, then I'll go back with the dark. And that's what I'll do the vine with also. So I'll do the other half of the leaves and the vines. All right, I'm not seeing. Hey, Debbie made it too. Hey, Debbie. Sorry, I'm not watching comments. Right now I'm concentrating on coloring. I want it to look nice so that whoever gets it likes it. But you know, if I screw it up, I'll make another one that will be nice. Because I always make sure whatever I send to y'all is the good one. All right, almost done with the light Old Olive. Couple more leaves. And then it'll be even easier with the dark because I already know which half of the leaf I'm coloring. So now I'm just going to go back with the dark. Hey, Nancy. Nancy, are you at your daughter's house babysitting that grandbaby of yours? I couldn't remember when you were going. So now I'm just filling in all the leaves and filling in the vine. So let me show you a little bit closer. So I'm filling in the other half of the leaves and then the vine too. So I'm just going to do that for the rest of the leaves and the vine. And I just liked the two-toned look it gave it. This darker one seems a little juicier. I'm having to be very careful, try and stay in the lines. Otherwise it would just be a hot mess. Yes, Nancy's at her grandbaby's house. Good. I'm glad you're getting some time with her. There is nothing. Oh, I missed a leaf. We need some light on that one. Guys were probably like, wait, you missed one, you missed one. I got to spend some extra time with my grandbaby last week, and it's pretty precious. And then, not next week, but the week after, my daughter-in-law has to have some tests run, and so she can't be around him for 48 hours. She has to take some radioactive stuff. And so I would probably go spend the night over there just to help out at night too. And I may have to not work the next day because I'm not used to getting up in the middle of the night with a crying baby. I'm liable to be pretty tired the next day. Okay, we're almost there. And then there's not much to putting this together. Yeah, I think I have card class tomorrow night. Oh, I missed another leaf. I'll come back and get it in a minute. I have card class tomorrow night, and we're doing fall cards in that class. But then I think after that, I'm going to be full on Christmas mode. I have to make myself wait, because if I start doing Christmas crafting too soon, then I'm so tired of it by the time Christmas gets here. But it's too late to do Halloween crafting now, which sounds silly since it's just the first part of October. But if I did more Halloween projects, people would still have to order the stuff, and then that would be hard to get it in time for them to make Halloween projects. So, all right, almost. And then I have to go back and add the light to that other leaf that I missed. All right, now somewhere up there, oh, I see it. There's a leaf that needs its light half colored. So if you're not familiar with blends, you want to be sure you have something underneath of them, because they will bleed through. So you just want to be sure you've got some protective paper underneath. All right, let me set that out of the way. All right, we are ready to put this together. So I'm going to glue this on here, and then I'll just take my scissors and cut off what hangs over. So I know I can leave a little bit at the top and the bottom without glue. I'll probably still make a mess. So you just kind of center that side to side. It's another good thing about the green glue is it gives you a little bit of time to adjust it if you need to. And I'm going to give that, whoops, just a minute to dry before I start cutting it. So we will take our card base, and if you wanted to make it match your fruit better, you could do a pale papaya card base. I must have colored this one with the petal pink, but I like the pale papaya. It looks more fall colored. Okay, so let's take our embossed piece. Yep, that's right side up. And put that on there. Again, I'm using green glue. Anything that's embossed, I use green glue or dimensionals. Dimensionals stick fine also. All right, now my ribbon. So I'm using this petal pink organdy striped ribbon. And I'm just going to, let's see, I did not measure this beforehand, so let's get us a good piece and I'll measure it so I know, because I did tie a bow with it. You don't have to tie a bow, you can tie a knot. So let's see how long this is. This is, oh, we'll call it 13 inches. I'm going to write that down, because if I don't write that down, by the time I get off, I will have forgotten. If you ever get a card from me and it has a piece of paper like this on the back, that's how I keep track of what colors I used. Oh, I used soft suede there instead of memento. I didn't read that very well before this, did I? Okay, it doesn't matter. It looks fine with the memento. Now we're going to tie a bow. We're going to attempt to tie a bow on camera. Some of the ladies I watch, they just make it look so easy. It's like I need to study it, I guess, and see what they're doing. Come back, come back. Uh-oh. Well, if you're tying a bow, you may want more than 13 inches. Oh, I think it's loose now, too. Okay. No, it's not bad. Let's try this again. And this is a really wide ribbon. I mean, it's not hard to tie. It's just very wide. Maybe I need to learn how to do bunny ears or something. Come here. Okay, we're going to get this. I'm not giving up. We're going to get this. Like I said, I need to study some of these ladies that I see do it so easily. You know, they've done it 1,000 times. No, 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 come back here. Oh, we're almost there. Just, oh, no, 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 don't pull out. Oh, man. Oh, there it is. Whew. I think. Pull it just a little bit more. There. Whew. We got it. Okay. That was easy. Now I'll grab my scissors that I use if I have anything sticky. Because there might be, yep, there's a little bit of glue there. So I don't use my good Stampin' Up! Scissors if it's sticky. So I'm just cutting off each end so that it's flat, flush with the, whoops, sorry, I think I bumped the camera. All right. I really want that to be up a little bit. See if I can move it up. If I can't, it's just gonna stay where it is. So now I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. I'm using up the ends of my dimensionals. So we'll put one there, one in the middle, and one on that end. All right, so that will go right here. This one is turning out prettier than the other one I did. And then this, let's see, I might have left that a little bit long. Yep, let's trim that just a bit. Because I want it to just kind of tuck under that bow. So what I did, there, that'll work, is I put a little bit of the green glue on that end and a dimensional on the other end. A little bit of green glue because your other piece is, because this piece is up on dimensionals, you want to make sure the end that's hanging off of this is also on dimensionals, so it will be at the same level. And I'll just tuck that right in there. And then I decided it still needed some bling, because why not? So I thought these, I love these champagne rhinestones. I set my take your pick tool out here somewhere. There it is. I just think they are perfect for anything that you're doing with oranges or even pinks. I mean, they just kind of, having a hard time getting them out. There we go. They just kind of go with, kind of adjust and go with whatever color you're using. So I put one on the, oh, okay. That one didn't work. Let's try this again. One on the sentiment. There we go. I think I put them, yeah, on the actual, oh, that one I did. And then this one I put just up here. Again, odd number, kind of in a triangular type shape. And there you go. there's our card. See, that one turned out better because your embossing folder is going the right way. All right, so somebody will win this card. And let me uncover the card from last week. So this is the one from last week, the Christmas one with the dahlias. That was a celebration. Thank you, ladies. And the winner of this is Susie. So Susie, I will get this in the mail to you. If I was going to see you this weekend, I'd bring it to you. But Susie's not coming to the retreat this year, so we will miss her. All right, I think that is it for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. And if I can help you in any way, just let me know. Have a good rest of your week and weekend, and I will see you next week. Good night.